I just recorded this. I didn't record the audio for it. God damn it. So I'm just going to watch it here in the editor. It's fine. Okay, so walking up. I wasn't super confident going into this tournament, but I also wasn't like underconfident. I was kind of somewhere in the middle. Wasn't really sure how I was going to feel. First thing I want to say, this tournament was freaking stacked. Like, it was crazy. These matches were harder than the ones I had at the provincials this year for sure. So first up, we're against Kelly Leach. So if you guys don't know, the Leeches are like killers at these lower divisions, which is fine. Like, I like the challenge. You know, I wouldn't want to face people that are like, you know, way under me. That's why I pull pros instead of amateurs, because I have won some amateurs. So I got a ways to go. That's fine. Next up, we got another guy here that's kind of my style. Like, he likes to load a lot in the setup, and I could tell it was going to be a hard match already. Also, take a look at my freaking elbow positioning. I did do a huge elbow foul off that start because I felt terrible. Professional elbow foul. But I mean, look at my elbow position, even when before this start, man. I'm so far back. Like, what am I doing? We both have long arms. We definitely I could have just went right up to the front with him and had good webbing and had a much better position instead of being like super opened up. First match here on the right, same guy. Again, I knew this was going to be tough because he just crushed me on the left. So, but at least this time, like, my elbow positioning is so terrible still. I was really thinking of hitting out and at least getting to a strap, because you know, I didn't even make it to the strap on any of my left-hand matches. So it's like, at least I got to try. And then, you know, if I go way out and somebody holds on, might go good for me, might not. I don't know. But worst case, you're going to strap, so that's pretty good. At least that first start, you're not super worried about getting pinned just yet if you're shooting out like that, you know. Long setup, referee's in the way, can't see what's going on. Now I could tell as soon as we got in the strap that I was already gonna lose. I was losing my hand already. Even just his static pressure. He was just like me, like likes to load statically. I was already losing stuff, so I knew it was gonna be a bad day. And I think I tried shooting out, but it was just like I ended up palm up and just underneath him immediately. Not much I could have did there, I don't think. I just need to get stronger. I was definitely the underdog in this tournament. Everyone else was pretty competitive, really strong at this tournament, except for me. Now this guy, Nathan, I think is his name. I'm not going to try and say his last name because I will probably butcher it. Younger guy, but super good, like super strong. He had a really good match with Kelly Leach earlier on. I think his first match was against Kelly. He did lose it, but it was a burner. Now he was a bit different than everybody else that I had pulled that day, just because he wasn't so much for loading. Like, you see him, I wasn't actually jerking his like elbow off the pad like that. He was just like kind of pushing it, forcing it up, trying to get the referee like show like, hey, this guy's back pressure and I don't want to, you know. But of course I'm in a load. That's just I don't know. I'm a bit slower, so I feel like loading for me, you know, it can help me, but it just doesn't help as much when you're not as strong as everybody, I guess. And so, again, I'm thinking of shooting way out. He's not holding on either, so immediately we go right to strap. Shout out to my supporter in the background. Yeah, and I remember at first, the very first kind of grip up we had once they applied the strap, it was I felt terrible. And you'll kind of see that. So it's actually good that he didn't load too much, because I was actually kind of able to like, you know, I was able to cut my wrist over, kind of just bring him over, move him around a little bit. And then as soon as he lifts his elbow, of course, I'm pulling it off the back of the pad. The referee's not having it. He says he's not matching your rise, which was true. He definitely was not. But I wasn't going to let him lift his elbow and just, you know, take an awesome grip around me again. So once I kind of had what I got, I kind of secured it. I felt much better in this start than I would have if I didn't do that. Elbow positioning's a little bit better. That was actually the spot that I wanted to end up in. I always felt better in training, in any of like the kind of back pressure or pronated back pressure, anything like that, any of those lifts. If I could drop a little bit lower, I always felt like I had just a better connection to my back and everything, and I could move a lot more that way. And so I thought, if I could drop down and get where I wanted to, that I might be able to do something. If I look back here, I thought I stopped him when this match originally happened until I went back and saw it, and then I was like, no, no, he was just fucking with me that whole time. He's just holding on, holding me, and then just went right through my arm. So actually, it wasn't a terrible position. Probably could have had my chest a little bit closer and been a little bit more underneath for that position that I wanted to be in. But you live and you learn. Now my takeaways, obviously, it's been the same, kind of since I started competing. Is that I got to work my elbow flexion. I got to work this hammer strength because I just keep even in matches where I have some hand control, or even I've had matches where I had full hand control, and I lose through my arm. So this, I think, for a while, I'm just gonna like steady be trying to work hammer strength. My hand and my wrist is probably going to take a little bit of a tank just because I'm not going to be loading it up as high as it could be, just because my hand and my wrist seems like it's just much stronger, much more further ahead than my arm is. So in order for my arm to catch up, I'm going to have to focus on it. It's something I can't avoid because, like I said, even sometimes that I get something that I want, or I crack somebody's wrist or something, I just open up too easy through my arm. And so, that's what I'm going to be working on here for a while. I probably won't post much for as far as like training goes, just because I'm going to be kind of just trying to work on that and see what works for me for a little while. If I find something I think is really helping, then, I'll post a training update. But until then, that's all I got. Till next time.